And these babies just saved this lame-ass party! Wubba lubba dub dub!
Rick Sanchez is not your role model.
I had to make a bomb, Morty.
He's not your spirit animal.
It's me you should have impressed. God damn it, I love myself.
He's not a quirky genius who just tells it like it is.
Accomplished the same result with like 5 Mortys and a jumper cable.
He is a walking, burping, interdimensional cry for help. And yet, somewhere along the way, a chunk of Rick and Morty's fanbase missed the memo. They saw a broken man and crowned him king. So let's talk about why Rick Sanchez is the most misunderstood cartoon character ever, and why admiring him might just mean you missed the entire point of the show. Rick is the smartest man in the universe, and that's not just his ego talking. The show literally builds its premise around this. He can hop across realities like their Netflix categories. He turns planets into sentient beings for fun. He invents things just to prove he can. Cool, right?
Being a dragon isn't an idea.
I'm not talking about that!
But here's the thing. His obsession with science and intelligence is actually what makes him miserable. It isolates him, it makes him contemptuous. Morty isn't his sidekick, he's his emotional crutch.
I always knew your hormones would cause a world war between humans and cannibalistic horse people.
His family isn't a bond, they're liabilities. Take Season 3, Episode 1, The Rick Shank Redemption. It's one of Rick's most badass moments. He dismantles the Galactic Federation, topples a government, and escapes intergalactic prison. All for McDonald's dipping sauce? The fandom cheered, memes exploded, but what really happened? Rick ruined his daughter's life to prove he's the alpha dog in the universe.
I feel like I've spent my life pretending you're a great guy and trying to be like you. And the ugly truth has always been
that I'm not that great a guy and you're exactly like me.
And he ends the episode by monologuing about how it's all...
Your mom wouldn't have accepted me if I came home without you and your sister, so now you know the real reason I rescued you. I just took over the family, Morty.
That's not cool. That's psychopathic behavior with a punchline. Rick Sanchez suffers from what I like to call the Patrick Bateman effect, a phenomenon where a character meant as a satirical critique ends up being idolized by the very people he's meant to disturb. Just like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, a hollow, hyper-materialistic sociopath, Rick is a walking indictment of unchecked ego, nihilism, and emotional attachment. But somewhere along the line, fans started mistaking critique for celebration. They saw Bateman's suits and swagger and missed the soulless shell beneath. They saw Rick's genius and portal gun and ignored the cosmic loneliness and self-destruction that defines him. Both characters are mirrors, not blueprints, but people keep using them as lifestyle guides. Rick and Morty is often mistaken for a show that glorifies nihilism, but it's actually hitting on the pains that come with such a worldview. It's not saying nothing matters, so drink and belch your way through life. It's saying Rick thinks nothing matters, and that's why he's miserable. In Season 2, Episode 3, Autoerotic Assimilation, Rick rekindles a toxic relationship with a hive mind named Unity. He gets drunk, abuses power, throws a party, and eventually drives Unity away again.
How it goes with us. I lose who I am and become part of you.
But the important part is that the episode ends with him silently setting up a suicide machine while Do You Feel It plays. It's one of the quietest, darkest moments in the series, and one of the most important. The man you're looking at in that scene is not a badass. That's a man shattered by his own worldview. Rick believes he's the center of the universe, but that never makes him happy. It makes him numb. So when fans put Rick is my hero in their Twitter bios, it's like watching someone hang a Joker poster in their bedroom and miss the fact that the movie was a cautionary tale, not a TED Talk. So let's talk about the fandom. Not all of them, just the loud vocal slice that thinks being like Rick makes you smarter than everyone else. Remember, you need a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty, right guys? Remember the infamous Szechuan sauce riots at McDonald's? People literally climbed counters and screamed,
"Pickle Rick!"
over a limited time condiment. The satire had collapsed. Rick had become what the show was trying to criticize, a smug, arrogant voice that confuses intelligence with cruelty. Rick's whole shtick is mocking the idea of being above it all. He disrespects therapists, but therapy saves Morty and Summer. He dismisses love, but it's what holds Beth and Jerry, two of the dumbest characters, together. Sure, Rick's the smartest person in the room, but everyone else is living while he's just surviving. On top of all of this, Rick's own moral compass is a spinning top with no north. He killed countless versions of himself. He's destroyed realities. In Season 1, Episode 6, Rick Potion number 9, he Cronenbergs the world, then abandons it like an old pair of socks. Then he buries a version of himself in the back garden and eats dinner like it's Tuesday. That's not cool, and I know that animation makes it more light-hearted, but that's horrific, and Morty knows it. You can see the trauma mounting in his eyes across seasons. Morty starts as a bumbling kid, but by Season 6, he's holding his own in combat, manipulating time and treating life like a game, because Rick taught him how. The show isn't just about science fiction hijinks, it's a long, slow descent into the void, punctuated by farts and burps, albeit. So Rick isn't a hero, he's a warning. He's a dark mirror held up to our worst impulses. Ego, apathy, cynicism, loneliness. The tragedy is that Rick could change, he just doesn't think it's worth it. But the people around him do. Morty still believes in things, Beth tries to reconnect, Jerry is Jerry, but at least he's trying. The world of Rick and Morty isn't empty, it's trying to love Rick even when he's pushing people away. In Season 3, Episode 7, the Ricklantis Mix-Up, we visit the Citadel, where a society of Ricks and Mortys have formed. It's dystopian, it's broken, and it shows what happens when Rick's philosophy is taken to its logical conclusion. A world with infinite knowledge but zero empathy. It's genius on a leash, and it's terrifying. That's the point. Rick Sanchez is not misunderstood because the show failed. He's misunderstood because people saw the fireworks and missed the fallout. He's not a badass, he's a tragedy in a lab coat. He's the smartest man in the universe, but the loneliest person in the multiverse. So the next time someone says, like it's a flex, just remind them what it really means.
It means, I am in great pain. Please help me.